reports of this Passport Bros video going around where American women are getting kind of upset that...
When are we gonna escape this mentality? She said that these bros are not marrying foreign women because they speak little English or because they have a lack of education, but because they're more nourishing and more caring. You're describing a maid, a free lift and one for the rest of your life at that. And at the end of the video, she's like, oh, this is mutually beneficial, and if it doesn't work out for you, just leave. Leave where? With who? With what money? In a foreign country where you speak little English and have little education? Just do like a little more thinking, girl. Why do they want to marry women that can't speak the predominant language? Because they're easier to control. It's not as easy as you're saying. So stop misinforming people. Stop defending these lowlives who are preying on our sisters.
Western men are going abroad to find traditional wives. Translation: women here have developed standards. So now we're importing compliance? Cool. Love that for global relations. And I like how they say traditional, as if that doesn't just mean less likely to question me. Women in America have money, opinions, information, and suddenly it's, maybe I'll try a different country. Also, quick question. If you have to leave your entire country to find someone who will tolerate you, is the problem geography or you? And the fantasy is always, she'll be sweet, soft, feminine. Yeah, until she gets Wi-Fi, a group chat, and standards. Because here's the twist. Women everywhere are people, even internationally. And the part that's actually funny, you don't want traditional, you want unexposed. Someone who hasn't learned yet, they're allowed to say no. Yet. This isn't about love, it is about control. And you flew across the world to avoid becoming someone a woman with options would choose. Economy class, too.
So I don't know what it is, but I've like hit my mid-30s and suddenly no men my age want to date me. I just have like men from the age of like 21 to 27. Am I in my cougar era now?
She's furious. Not because she loved him, not because she wanted him specifically, but because he found a workaround. The entire leverage system, the dating app gatekeeping, the impossible standards, the emotional toll pricing, the perpetual audition process, is completely bypassed the moment he books that flight. The fury isn't romantic. It's the fury of a monopoly watching a competitor enter the market. He left and took his resources with him, and that's the actual problem.
Passport Bros, no one wants you. They don't want you in your country. They don't want you here in the third world. They don't want you anywhere. Go home or disappear from the fucking earth.
This lady right here from Medellin seems to be upset with tourists and Passport Bros. Let's hear what she gotta say.
There are so many ignorance that I have to do this video. So Medellin can live perfectly without the foreigners. The tourism in Medellin is less than 5 years. You have to know and understand that. We're living perfectly without the tourism. Actually, the things were a lot better without it. Because now with the tourism, first of all, we're getting a lot of weirdos, losers coming here and turning the country as a bordel. And not only that, but also raising the prices for the locals. And the locals have to go forward and forward because they can no longer afford Medellin. So we don't need the tourism. All of my clients are normal people that they want to get to know the culture, the history, the country as anywhere else, like normal tourism. I refuse and I will never attempt to do tours or absolutely nothing to Passport Bros or losers coming here for tourism. So I am a tour guide and we don't need the tourism. I can say this freely because my customers are not like that and I don't want them. Something that you have to understand is that no one wants them.
The real reason he's here is because he's tired of the BS in America and plans to leave the country.
100%.
What's the BS you're escaping, though, to go over there?
Women.
I'm being told you're looking for a Filipina, cook, clean, and take care of the house.
I can get that over there in the Philippines or in Southeast Asia for less than $200 a month.
And what age Asian are you looking for?
We'll see. when I go over there.
There's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen.
Hi, my name is Dux. I'm 29. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
You added an S at the end of your fake name, Dux. You made up a fake name for your fake name.
No, it's my Discord name.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to insult you.
Okay.
But not for the desire of insulting you when I say this. It's more of I want to understand what's going on and make sure I approach this conversation correctly.
Okay.
So this will be insulting.
Okay.
I apologize preemptively for that.
The numbers bear this out in ways that are uncomfortable to argue with. A man earning an average American salary is considered wealthy in significant parts of Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. More importantly, in many of those places, femininity isn't a political identity. Being warm isn't considered submission. Cooking for a partner isn't oppression. The men who leave aren't running from strong women. They're running toward women who don't require them to apologize for being men.
American women say men go to foreign countries because they're trying to look for poor women who will submit to them. Write them up because we do not submit to men who have nothing. Judge Passport Bros, then you should consider that your argument is not valid and if your misconception on foreign women is demeaning. Still, successful women in foreign countries, they submit to their husband, they're feminine, and they're traditional. But if these women have better education than Western women, guess what? They're educated, they have careers, and they're still feminine, traditional, and value men to lead the relationship. Not feminists. How many women in the US are single mothers and live off the government and struggle? A lot, right? A lot of uneducated, poor women in America too. So that argument is invalid. One thing I've noticed is women who ask for the most usually have the least to offer. If you're a woman and you think men go to foreign countries because they think foreign women don't know wiser, who's really the uneducated one? Consider Western culture as the problem, not the women being uneducated or poor, and that's why they submit.
So what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced was said by 2030 or something, 50% of women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
This is why men are going overseas. This is why men are leaving and saying, look, it's all good. Do y'all. Hey, we support you, sis. We support you, sis. It's all good. And going overseas to get one who could handle all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
good wife, good mother, cook, clean, make sure you good and everything.
Yeah.
The woman in America wasn't no cheaper.
But
it wasn't no cheaper.
But once she get the visa, how you know she gonna stay with you?
But I'm just saying, to me, it's a bigger risk to marry someone who, like you said, don't have the skills to do the things that you're looking for in a wife.
Yeah.
Why am I going to marry someone who don't have the skills and using that as an excuse?
That's a point.
Not even saying, hey, let me go and get the skills.
Yeah.
Let me go get with grandma.
Yeah.
At grandma, can she get the dust off of that cookbook?
The mainstream media framing always lands the same way. These men can't handle a strong woman. Interesting theory. Except the men leaving tend to be educated, employed, financially stable, and perfectly capable. They handle plenty. What they apparently can't handle is the peculiar experience of being treated like an inconvenience in their own country's dating market while being treated like an actual human being abroad. If that's a character flaw, it's a very understandable one.
Passport bros phenomenon. If you don't know, passport bro is a black man who's decided that dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere because the women here are taking advantage of him and we ain't worth nothing no way. So he's got to go get it elsewhere. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women. It's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along.
I hate to say it, but Shorty right. The simple fact of the matter is, men in 2025, they don't got it like they used to. You feel what I'm saying? If we talking about top tier, high value men, those are far and few in between. Most men are not making over 100K per year, gang. And that's per year. And when we looking in the future, and where dating is going, cooked, especially in North America. So, hey, if you're single right now and you're trying to find the best, and you're a man and you're trying to find the next best thing to do, me personally, I say go overseas, gang.
There's about a 90% chance that when I decide to get married, it'll be with a girl that's not from America. Men are now more objectified than women. They're simply viewed for what they can provide and what they can do for others. So much so that what one man won't do, the next one will. And you're just a DM away from any yacht, plane, or car in the entire world like that. I just don't want to be anything a part of it, and I'm just going to marry someone that's not from America. Countries overseas have seemed to do a better job at preserving their culture and sticking to their core values. So much so that if you're looking for a long-term partner and someone that you're actually going to marry, be the mother of your kids, to me, it makes more strategic sense to marry someone that aligns with those same core values.
This guy is actually pretty successful, and women have this idea that only the men that are not successful and are broke bums are looking at women from other countries. Here we have a man who is not broke, is not dusty, and yet even he is saying, you know what, I think I'm good on American women.
Those women just want your money. From the woman who required a $150 dinner before granting a second date. From the woman who filtered men by height, income, and car on an app. The transactional concern only exists when the transaction benefits someone other than her. A foreign woman who appreciates a man's stability is a gold digger. An American woman who requires financial performance as a precondition for interest is just knowing her worth. The double standard doesn't even try to hide anymore.
This is a video for the passport bros, the young American men that leave their country to find a wife abroad. The person who traveled and lived all across the world, China, Australia, Germany, Italy, and the United States. I'm gonna tell you two things. Number one, it's not about the place you come from, it's about your family. I dated all across the world. Plenty of Italians that behave in dating in a very consumeristic way, as you claim happens in America. There are plenty of Americans with good family values because they come from a loving family situation. I can say this, I experienced this. I believe that what you gotta look for is an alignment in values and then work from there. Here's the second part when it comes to the passport bros. If you go marry somebody abroad and you bring them back to your country, they get to know the American society, they get to meet American people, start getting perspective. They will come back to you. If you're a piece of shit man, it does not matter where you're gonna find your wife, especially if you bring her back to the States, to Europe, or whatever. Because as she gains perspective about you, realize who you are, goodbye, my boy. Before doing Dora Explorer, do some introspection.
There are so many guys moving to other countries. I've been watching a lot of content of guys moving to Thailand, Southeast Asia, Europe, but mainly Southeast Asia and like Colombia. What's the reason everybody's doing it? Is dating in America really that bad? Here's my girlfriend. She's right here. Hello.
Hello.
She's from Germany. We've been together for like a year and a half, but she moved here 2 years ago. But, you know, I've been out the game for a little bit, but I've been seeing this a lot. Why do you think so many men are moving to other countries? Is dating really that bad? I'd love to hear some females' feedback as well. Let me know what you guys think, man. I appreciate the support on this page. Let's get it.
Respect. That's the word that keeps coming up when these men talk about why they left. Not money, not exotic novelty. Respect. Being looked at like a man who has something to offer, rather than a liability to be managed. Being spoken to without the ambient contempt that got normalized in Western dating culture so gradually that most people stopped noticing it. When a man who's never felt that before encounters it, it's not manipulation, it's just a different baseline he didn't know existed.
So I'm from Colombia. If you're a Colombian girl, you have 3 4 American guys approaching you, offering you money, and pulling out their passport, like literally, and they're telling you, I'm American, like I'm actually looking for a girl, like I will bring you here, but it's just odd. Like, why you wanna get with a girl that doesn't speak your language and that makes up to $200 a month? You know, it's just odd. Like, I don't wanna point fingers, but it's like, why are you looking for that when you can get a girl? Why can you not get in America? You know, why you cannot get a girl?
Is this black guys or white guys?
I saw a lot of black guys. You know, it's odd. Like, the direction that they exude is just weird.
I think at this point, I'm accepting that, like, okay, no one's gonna, like, yearn for me. No one's gonna, you know, love me in that way. And, like, that's fine. It's fine. I think I'm just coming to the conclusion or the reality that maybe not everyone in this lifetime is meant to experience a deep love, like a yearning, a romantic type of beautiful, deep love. And I truly am starting to believe that I'm just one of those people that in this lifetime, it's not in the cards for me. I'm 30 years old and I've yet to experience that. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm 30 years old. Not to say the 30 is old, but to have never experienced like not even a high school type of love or in your 20s type of love, like at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not in the cards for me. Maybe the only way I'll get like my fix or my feel of that is through the movies and through these shows that I watch. Because when I watch like From Scratch or One Day, or Normal People, or these movies and shows that you like feel so deeply for these characters, I feel like I'm like in it. Maybe that's the universe being like, you already feel too much, so we'll let you experience this type of love that you crave through the movies and through the shows. But like in your actual life, it's not in the cards. And maybe that's the case. And yeah, you know, it's sad. It's sad, it's pathetic, but I think I'm just coming to that conclusion. Like, okay, maybe I don't know what I did in my past life or what I experienced in my past life, but maybe it was just like really shitty that the universe is like maybe protecting me from experiencing that. I don't know. You know, we're just gonna start dating around for the plot, I guess, for the story times, for the experiences, but maybe not for like the love, because I just don't think that's out there for me in this lifetime. And maybe that's okay.
Every man who boards that flight slightly rebalances the market he left. Not enough to notice immediately, but cumulatively, over a generation, the pool shrinks. The men with options exercised them. The men with drive built lives elsewhere. What remains for the women who cheered their departure is a dating market they helped design by pricing out the men they actually wanted. The passport bros didn't destroy anything. They just moved to a country that didn't treat their value like an open question.